our next speaker is Carol Williams Wong, and her topic is Memoirs of a Chinese Jamaican Canadian Dragon Lady. Oh, it sounds very intriguing. Hold on for 1 second. So Carol was born in Jamaica and lived a happy, carefree life growing up in the Caribbean. She was married in Montreal and is the mother of 3 sons who grew up in Scarborough, Hong Kong, and Unionville. She still lives in Unionville, where she's an active volunteer and one of the Markham Mayor's Hall of Fame. And she is Chinese Jamaican by birth and Canadian by choice. She's also the author of a book, Letters to My Grandchildren, and they're in the lobby. And her talk tonight is called Memoirs of a Chinese Jamaican Canadian Dragon. That is a mouthful, Carol. Please come and join us at the front.
Well, good evening, everyone. Have you heard of the Hakka Chinese people? They belong to the Han Chinese nationality, originating in the central plains of China. And that's me in a traditional Hakka hat. Now, over the centuries, they migrated south towards the coastal areas of Guangdong province. There, my Chinese ancestors took the slow boat from Hong Kong to the most beautiful Caribbean island, Jamaica, where the best rum comes from. Have you ever met a Jamaican Hakka Chinese dragon lady? Well, you're looking at one in her Jamaican Appleton rum t-shirt, wearing a Chinese jacket, a Usain Bolt wristband, and a Bob Marley Rasta beads. My siblings and I were born in the parish of Westmoreland, and our parents owned a general store serving the local population of black, brown, white, and a mixture of ethnic origins. Hence, our Jamaican motto is, out of many, one people. As children, we grew up among friendly, loving, and caring people. We roamed the countryside freely and swam in rivers, picked and ate a variety of tropical fruits. Before slavery was abolished, the breadfruit plant was originally brought to Jamaica from Tahiti to feed the slaves, as was the salted codfish from the Canadian Maritimes. Now they have become our national dish, roasted breadfruit served with ackee and codfish, yum yum, and a bottle of rum. My siblings and I received excellent British education in Jamaica. I thoroughly enjoyed the years boarding at Woodman's High School in a hostel which was a former great house belonging to a past British slave master, whose ghost still roamed the hallowed halls. In the 1960s, I pursued higher education in Montreal, Quebec. Upon graduation, got married to a fellow student, and we had our first Canadian son. Lo and behold, the French separatist movement escalated, and my husband's company moved out of Quebec, La Belle Provence. Hence, we decided to return to Montego Bay, Jamaica, and love living in the tropics once more. Our family expanded to 2 more sons, and we're all heavily involved in community building and dancing to reggae music, of course. Alas, the social political events during the 1970s compelled my family and many others to leave the country of our birth, our island in the sun. Arriving in Toronto, we again adapt, integrate, and embrace the Canadian way of life. As a family, we appreciated the change of seasons and seasonal activities like camping, kayaking, skiing, but definitely no bobsledding for the Olympics. Then my husband got an overseas engineering assignment, and the entire family went to live in Hong Kong for 3 glorious years. Once more, we adapted and integrated into the fast, exciting, and pulsating Hong Kong lifestyle. My sons and I volunteered at the Vietnamese refugee camps, helping the plight of those unfortunate ethnic Chinese victims of war. Luckily for us, as China opened its doors to the Western world, we got the chance to enter and discover our Hakka Chinese roots and meet relatives from the ancestral villages that our parents left behind. Life was simple, with laundry being washed by the banks of the riverside. While living in Hong Kong, I seized every opportunity to absorb my Chinese culture and learn different Oriental arts, including Chinese brush painting, from excellent teachers and renowned artists themselves. Now, instead of taking Canadian home leave, our family went on holidays in Southeast Asia, touring Thailand and Indonesia. And on our way back to Canada, we also traveled through various European cities. You could say we traveled around the world, but not in 80 days. Arriving back in Toronto, our family settled in the developing area surrounded the most quaint village of Unionville. My Chinese brush painting exhibitions were held at the Markham and Unionville libraries, and local students were introduced to the ancient Chinese secret of this art form. Now totally readjusted and Ontario certified, I had so much fun teaching tennis and badminton for the Markham Parks and Recreation programs. I soon got involved with Unionville Tennis Club and became the president for 2 years, during which we had a ribbon cutting ceremony for our clubhouse extension, and at long last, a washroom and running water. My volunteering spirit led me to serve on various other Markham communities, and years later I've been recognized as one of Markham Mayor's Hall of Fame awardees. Today I continue to be active within my Unionville community, and in the new millennium, I was invited to be a part of a Canada 150 project of writing memoirs. My first volume of Letters to My Grandchildren, Memoirs of a Dragon Lady, covers my life in beautiful Jamaica. Volume 2 continues upon arriving in Toronto, and both volumes have been accepted in the National Archives of Canada. If you wish to know more about the resilient and most adaptable Hakka Chinese people and this Jamaican Chinese Dragon Lady, both books are available this evening, and proceeds go towards the PechaKucha Markham Fund. Come and see me later for a personalized copy. And in closing, my friends, everything is airy. No problem, man. Peace and one love.
Thank you, Carol. That was amazing. FYI, Carol, the Dragon Lady herself, will be in the lobby at the break with copies of her 2 books, and proceeds from the sales will be benefiting PK Markham.